This is loading and igniting a Zippo pocket warmer. It's a whole process, and it comes with this little measuring funnel, and you gotta have fuel and a lighter and everything. But you open the lid, remove the little catalyst thingy, and as you can see, it's filled with foam. Now, you don't want to fill this completely full. Basically, it just needs to be enough so that the vapors can vaporize or something. I'm sure this is what you're supposed to do with razor blades. There's a little line on this thing. You have to fill it just to the top of that. Probably shouldn't be doing this on my wooden workbench, but whatever. There we go, that should do. I don't know what it is with lighter fuel. It's capillary action. Always goes everywhere, so now it's all over the side of this. And then you pour it slowly into this little hole here in the middle. You have to just kind of let it absorb. Exciting stuff. Okay. Then let it sit upright for about a minute or so. But yeah, the way these work is it's not actually burning the lighter fuel. This catalyst material here basically takes the fumes that come off of that inside that kaolin or whatever's in there, and it catalytically converts them into heat without fire with this thing. But yeah, they redesigned this so it's a little bit, what do you call it? A little bit less likely to catch fire. And this is the 6-hour model. They have a 12-hour one too, but this is a little smaller. I've had my pants catch fire 3 different times in the past with these things, but this one seems to be a little better. So put that back on there, and then you give it 10 seconds of flame roughly, just kind of around the top of this thing. The idea is that the heat from this transfers down into here and then starts vaporizing the fuel. I can't really feel heat. The only place I can is right under my nose, so I just kind of... Oh, actually that ignited. That was pretty easy. Yep, it's definitely burning. So now we can put our cap back on here. And then I usually just leave it sitting for a few minutes until it actually gets warmed up. And the trick is you have to put it in this bag when it's running. This material is calibrated just enough to let the proper amount of air in without it getting too hot or whatnot. So we'll just let that sit here for a few minutes, and yeah. Oh, I should grab the thermal camera. I'll be right back. The old Cat S60 here. I don't think I've had this thing on in a couple of months. Yeah, the one thing with this is there is a very faint odor of burning lighter fuel. I don't know about the carbon monoxide release of that or whatever, but you can definitely smell it. I actually lit this thing yesterday right after I bought it. Then I hopped in the van and drove back here. Then I got inside, and like an hour later, I was like, wait a minute, where is that thing? I had ignited it, and you can't shut it off. You have to let it completely burn down. It's the only way to stop it. And so then I was like, there's a burning thing somewhere, and I don't know where it is. I figured it might be in the van, so then I went in there, and sure enough, the second I got into the van, I could smell it. And it was on the floor up by the driver's seat. So it is a reflective surface, so it's a little hard to measure, but inside there's maybe 220 degrees or something. But yeah, we'll let this sit here and warm up for a little bit. I don't think you can really measure fire with a thermal camera because these don't work for air, but yeah, anyways. All right, I stuck the thing in the bag, and after it's ignited, you can put it in any orientation. But according to this, it's about 120 degrees or so. And if you put it in your pocket, it restricts the airflow a little bit and gets cooler. But you can kind of close the top of this and restrict it even more. But yeah, I just kind of stick it in the pocket on my hoodie or something like that. Or, you know, under my leg and or something like that. And yeah, it keeps you warm. So anyways, Zippo thing. Quick update. I've had this sitting kind of in my lap for a little bit. Let's see how warm we are here. So it looks like it's about 106 degrees, 105, somewhere in there. And I just kind of put it between my legs normally, or sort of in my lap. You got to be careful though, because sometimes these things can get hot, but just make sure you do not run it without this bag on here. And obviously if you have temperature sensation issues, might not be the best idea. But yeah, if you need it to be a little bit warmer, you can just pull the thing out like this and hold it, kind of hold it in my hands, and the heat comes off the top, and then you can put it back in the bag and stick it in your pocket. Good times.